But now I want to come to the second one, and this is the interesting one. The one that the moment I got this, I started developing it slightly differently. I started shifting it, and I'm telling you guys, it altered my life completely. So put your focus cap on, be in the room. Are you present? Put your hand up if you are. Put your hand up put your hand up if you're present. You can even gooi a little dance move with it if you wish. All right. Now, on your brain, inside of your brain, on your neuron network. Now, you know what your neuron network is, right? It's all those electrical connections that makes up your brain. On your neuron network, there's a gland. There's a functional gland. It's called your reticular activating system. It's a big word, I know. It sounds like a contagious disease. In short, we just call it RAS. So I'm just going to use the word RAS. So what is your RAS? Your RAS, in essence, is responsible for arousal. Now, the word arousal is only usually used in sexual connotation. Most people, when they hear the word arousal, he's aroused, I think, oh, he's sexual. No. The word arousal means the following. Your brain is heightened aware, focused on, looking for more proof and confirmation, and will find it. So your RAS basically is nothing else but a satellite dish that's mounted in your brain. So imagine for a moment you had this massive satellite dish. A thought enters your brain. And what your RAS then does, it scans all this external raw data around you for more proof and confirmation of. I'll give you a very, very practical example where this happened in your life. Do you remember the last time you bought a motor vehicle? Who remembers the last time you bought a car? Did you notice the week and two following when you bought that car that you started to notice more of those cars on the road all of a sudden? Who remembers that? It's like all of a sudden, there's a lot of them. How did that happen? It's the same amount of cars that were on the road previously. Your satellite dish, your brain was aroused to the decision you made, and it was looking for and will find more proof and confirmation of through the process of deletion, distortion, generalization. Whenever we make a decision, whenever we think of something that the brain believes is very important, satellite dish goes up. I remember when I was a youngster, my wife fell pregnant for the first time. I didn't know what prams, I didn't even know that prams existed. Wife fell pregnant. What did I start seeing? Prams. But you know what I noticed? 4-wheeled prams, 3-wheeled prams, different size rims for the prams. Prams I can take off-road. Prams I can push fast and go into the sand. My brain was going, if this kid grows up, I can convert this thing into a glider kind of thing, put a sail on it and go ride the dunes. My brain just went all kinds of weird stuff with prams. I never thought of it before. Why am I seeing it now? Because my satellite dish has been aroused. There's a thought that had a strong experience in me. Now my brain is aroused to this thought, and it does two things. It will find more proof and confirmation. Proof and confirmation. Proof and confirmation of what? Of that thought. So here's the key. If your internal dialogue says, I cannot, I'm useless, I'm failure, I'm petrified, I'm too weak, I'm not talented, I cannot do this. Now, Dion, you don't understand, I'm big boned, I've always been like this, eh? If you have that internal dialogue, your reticular activating system will arouse your neural network to find more proof and confirmation. It's as simple as that. A lot of motivational speakers love this saying, if you can dream it, you can achieve it. And I giggle when they say it because 99% of them have got absolutely no idea why they say it. They say it just because it sounds cool. Quite honestly, let's be real. But the truth is, if you dream it, if you put it down on paper, if you build a strategy around it, if you plan it properly, if you repeat it to yourself, if you start hypothesizing and thinking about it, if you share that idea with certain people that influence you positively, if you keep verbalizing it, if you keep reading it, if you keep looking at it, if you study on the topic, if you empower yourself on it, what are you doing? You are stimulating your RAS. To do what? To find more proof and confirmation. Now, inside of proof and confirmation lies opportunities as well. I've known people that have got a well-developed RAS for opportunity. In fact, I've got a very, very, very good friend like that. He went bankrupt, made a mistake, went bankrupt. Within 2 years, he was a millionaire again. I had a conversation. I said, how do you do it? He says, I don't know. How do people not do it? What has happened? His RAS is trained to notice opportunities. But if you keep saying to yourself, I can't, I'm a failure, I'm poor, I grew up poor, my history is poor, I'm probably going to be poor, I'm probably going to die poor, oh my word, woe is me, whatever. Your RAS will find proof and confirmation of. If your focus is, or your thoughts are focused on all the things you've done wrong in your life, your RAS will find more things to remind you of what you've done wrong. Who's seen people go into relationships and they say, Dion, I don't know, hey? I always choose the bad ones. What are you doing? You're doing nothing else but instructing your RAS to find the ones you shouldn't be finding. It's not that the bad ones come your way. You are deleting the good ones. You are distorting and generalizing the bad ones. That's why you're finding more of that. You can have Prince Perfect in front of you, but if your RAS is telling you there's got to be something wrong with this guy, your brain will find something. Auntie Martha works in that company. Go on Facebook. I love this story. Go on Facebook, check when people join a new company. I love it. I giggle every single time because I just wait. You've gone for an interview. You're looking for a new job. What is your internal dialogue? I'm looking for a great job. I want to earn good money. I want people I enjoy. It must be a pretty building. I want the function, the tasks to be cool. I want to enjoy the drive there. Everything about it must be great. Now you get offered a job. What does your brain say? RAS up. Let's find proof why this is a great job. Salary is good. Even though it's crap, your brain lies to you and says, no, this is going to be great. I'm going to get promotions. This is going to be a long-term, good in time investment. This is good. Like my boss, even though they made you nervous in the interview, your brain is going to look for confirmation and proof why this is a great job. 6 months into the job, you go stand at the coffee machine where Auntie Martha, that's been there 147 years now, is also standing. And she tells you the following statement. Listen, my sweetie, let me tell you something about your boss you obviously don't know. He's not as cool as you think, eh? And she goes, blah, blah, blah. And she makes your ear her husband. Now she's stimulating your internal dialogue and your thoughts. Now your RAS pops up and says, let me find proof and confirmation. 6 months after finding your perfect dream job, you hate it. Oh, I don't know what got into me. Why did I choose this job? Look at these people. Now, all of a sudden, you hate it. It's the same job. It's the same people. It's the same place. It's the same function that you loved 6 months ago. Now you hate it. What happened? Only the part of it that you are focusing on. Your reality is a perception of reality based on the parts you are focusing on. Now, please do not get me wrong. I'm not saying, oh, Dion, I'm standing in the field of thorns. So if I'm saying I'm standing in flowers, I'll be in flowers. No, I'm not saying that. I'm not saying remove reality and be naive. If you're standing in the field of thorns, you're standing in the field of thorns. But here's the difference. You can focus on the fact that you're standing on a field of thorns, or you can focus on your skill capability to pick up a spade, turn the soil, weed the thorns and everything out there, put in proper seed, put in water, energy, effort, and grow a beautiful garden. Where you look is where you will go. Sometimes opportunities have been right in front of your eyes, but your RAS was pointing behind you. See, some people get so caught up in the past, they only dream about the future, but they never experience the present. Opportunities always, isn't it strange? The word opportunities, present, 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 same kind of word. themselves when? In the present? Opportunities present, in the present. If your rays is focused too much on the past, you cannot see the present. And the future sometimes gets confusing. It becomes scary. If your rays is only in the future, you cannot draw from the experience of the past to apply in the present. One of the concepts is to be able to live that balanced lifestyle where you are aware of your past. There's an awareness of the future, but you do live in the present. And your rays is focused on the opportunities that present themselves because they are where? Always right at your fingertips. Where's your rays pointing? Does your rays point to the errors you've made in the past? Does your rays point to the opportunities that lie ahead of you? Does your rays point to the things you've done wrong? Or does your rays look at the capabilities you have and what you can develop? When your client is going to talk to you, what you're going to hear is where their rays points. You see, wherever our rays points comes out of our mouths. And what comes out of our mouths also tells the rays where to point. It's a strange concept. What the mouth speaks, the ears hear, and the heart believes. You've heard that scripture before. It's an old scripture. It's a rule. It's true. It works. It is that way. Why? Because whatever we say arouses the brain to that thought, stimulates the reticular activating system on the brain, and now that gland must find more proof and confirmation of. So, very simple question. Does where it's pointing excite you? Does it fill you with hope? Does it fill you with enthusiasm? Does it fill you with passion? Does it fill you automatically with dedication, commitment, courage, and discipline? Or does it fill you with fear and anxiety? Where's your rays pointing most of the time? Are you happy with where it's looking? Are you happy with where it's scanning? The answer, if you're not, is very, very easy. Change where it's pointing. How do you change where it's pointing? Start speaking correctly. What does that mean? Start speaking correctly. So, number one, remove failure from your dictionary. Stop reminding yourself of that. Start reminding yourself of learning and improvement. So if you do something, guys, let me give you an absolute guarantee in this life. You're still going to make a lot of mistakes. Yes? I guarantee myself I'm still going to make lots of mistakes, but they're not failures. They're merely opportunities that are teaching me something about life, giving me the opportunity to change. If I get stuck on those mistakes, that's what I'm feeding. That's the monster I'm growing in my life. That's also the monster that creates negative emotional states, that creates sadness, that creates anxiety, that creates fear, that creates depression. And the bigger I feed that monster, the stronger it becomes. The stronger that monster becomes, the more I become its servant, the more control it starts to take over me. But if I realize that I am the captain of my ship and I design my destiny, I design where I'm going, I shape who I am going to be over the next couple of years. When I started in this industry, I needed to enter an industry where there was a lot of competition from a lot of guys with more experience than me. So what are the words I used? I said, I'm an international trainer. I'm really good at what I do. I know my subject and I share it with conviction and passion and authenticity. Now, was that a true statement? Yes. But I could have said, yes, I'm going into this industry. It's tough, eh? There's so many other guys out there that's really good, that's bigger than me, it's been in longer than me. I don't know if I can compete with them. Or I could have gone completely egotistical and said, I am the king of this world. I am the greatest. I'm going to show these guys what it's about, eh? I could have gone that route. I didn't. I chose authentic, ethical, real, positive, relying on my background and my skills, my capabilities that comes behind me to draw on that in the present to create a better future. It's like shooting an arrow. You draw it from behind. You load it in the present and you shoot it into your future. That's how the RAS functions. You determine what you're going to do with it. Does it make sense? What if you knew this 10 years ago and you started focusing into a different direction? You started filtering differently. You started noticing things that are better, more empowering, that are better for you as an individual. Would your life have been different today? Yes? So, when is the best time to actually change? It's always now. It's always now. Start becoming aware of what comes out of your mouth and ask yourself a simple question. Does these words serve me and those around me? Or are these words empowering, uplifting, strengthening, and transformational?
Visit actionfactory.co.za to find out more. Change your mind. Change your life.